Morning, my dear students. Today we will be discussing a new chapter called Data File Handling. This chapter will be discussed in 2 sessions. Last class we completed pointers, pointer 1 and pointer 2. So this class we begin with data file handling. Data file handling, it's a chapter number 12, and we will be having 2 parts or 2 sessions on this chapter. So today we will start with part 1 and we will continue with the part 2 in next session. Let us see what is the weightage of this chapter. Data file handling in C++. The weightage of this chapter is 5 marks. You will get 1 2-mark question and 1 3-mark question. In total, you will get 5 marks from this chapter for our annual exam. Let us have a recap of the topics which we studied in the previous class. That is array of pointers. In the previous class, we saw how we can create an array of pointers, like we create an integer array, float array, character array. It is possible to create a pointer array. Then we discussed self-referential structure, which means there will be a pointer pointing to the structure and it is defined in the same structure. That type of a structure or a pointer which refers to itself is called self-referential structures. We also saw how we can create a pointer to a structure, a pointer to an object. Then we discussed pass by reference and pass by pointer. We also discussed memory allocations, that is static memory allocation and dynamic memory allocation. Static memory allocation means the memory is reserved at the compilation time of the program, that is when you press Alt F9. Then we have another type of memory allocation, that is dynamic memory allocation. In dynamic memory allocation, the data and programs, for the data and the programs, the memory is allocated during the execution of the program, that is when you press Ctrl F9. These are the topics what we studied in the previous chapter, that is pointers. Let us begin our new chapter, that is data file handling. Let us see what is data file handling. As we know that the data to a program flows from various input and output devices. For a program, the data comes from various input devices such as keyboard. The data is again sent to many other devices like printer, monitor. The data flow from the devices such as keyboard, drives, network connection to the main program, and then it goes to C++ program. To handle this data, input and output data, we use stream classes. So stream classes helps us to move the data from devices to the program and program to the memory, from memory to program and program to devices. To handle these stream classes are used. To handle this flow of data, we use stream classes. Stream refers to flow of data. So the flow of data can be between devices to the program, or program to devices, or program to memory, or memory to program. This flow is handled by stream classes in C++. So it is possible to read the data from a disk file. So till now we have seen we always input the data from keyboard whatever data you want to input. For example, if program asks enter two numbers, you will enter two numbers using keyboard. So similarly, generally the output is sent from the C++ program to monitor. That is, generally when you execute the program, the output appears on the monitor. That is output device. It is possible not only to read the data from keyboard, also we can read the data from files. You can, whatever input you want to give, you can type and save it in a file. You can make your C program to read the data from that file. And also it is possible to send the output of a program to the file. So to handle this data coming from file and going to a file, we use file stream classes. So in C++, it is possible to read the data from a disk file to a C++ program, and also it is possible to output the data from C++ program to a disk file. To do this, we are using file stream classes. So let us see with the example how data file handling works. To handle the input coming from a file and to send the data to a disk file, we will be using fstream.h header file. Like to read the data from keyboard and to send the data to monitor, we are using iostream.h header file. To read the data from file and to send the data to a file, we are using fstream.h header file. Kindly check the figure displayed on the screen where you have program and disk file. So from the disk file we are reading the data. Where are we reading? We are reading the data to the C++ program. So as you see, the data from disk file comes to C++ program. To read the data from a disk file to C++ program, we are using input stream classes. Similarly, you can see the data can be outputted from C++ program to a file. So to output the data from a program to the disk file, we are using output stream classes. Clear everybody? To read the data from disk file into the program, we are using input stream classes. To output the data from C++ program to disk file, we are using output stream classes. To handle input and output data from disk files, we are using fstream.h header file. Let us have a look on the stream class hierarchy supported in C++. So as you see, the base class for all input and output stream classes is iOS. All stream classes are derived from iOS. iOS stands for input output stream class. iOS, as you observe the picture displayed on the screen, from iOS there are many other classes derived. iStream stands for input stream. OStream stands for output stream. Again we can see iString, that means I is input stream class, which will help us to input a string. Likewise we can see OSstring stream, that means output stream class. So let us have a look on the next slide, which clearly shows the required stream classes, how are they derived. So as most probably we will be using in the all programs iOS stream class, let us have a look how IO stream has been derived. So IOS, it stands for input output stream classes. There are two important stream classes derived from iOS, that is iStream and OStream. iStream will help us to handle input stream. OStream will help us to handle output stream. There is another class derived from iStream and OStream, that is IOStream. IOStream helps us to handle input stream and output stream. Similarly, there are two more classes or stream classes derived. IF stream. I means input, F means file, stream means flow of data. IF stream will help us to handle input data from a file, and OF stream will help us to handle output data to a file. So F stream is derived from IF stream and OF stream. So F stream can be used to handle both input and output operations. Clear everybody? iOS, there are two classes derived from iOS, iStream and OStream. From iStream, there is one more class derived, that is IF stream, which will handle input file data. So similarly, from OStream, there is one more class derived, that is OF stream. O stands for output, F stands for file, stream stands for flow of data. So as in all the programs, most probably we will be performing input and output operations. So we are including iostream.h header file. Similarly, to handle input and output operations onto file, we are using fstream.h header file. So this is about stream classes. So let us see how we can use file stream classes. There are three important file stream classes. One is IF stream, which will allow us to input the data or read the data from a disk file to the C++ program. Then we have OF stream, that is output file stream, which will help us to output the data from our C++ program to a file. So it handles output stream to a file. Similarly, we have F stream, which handles both input and output data from a file or to a file. So we have three important stream classes: file stream classes, IF stream, which will input the data from a disk file, OF stream, which will send the data to a file, F stream, which will handle both input and output data from a file. Let us see what is a file. File is the basic unit of storing information in a computer memory. In a computer system, the data is permanently stored in files. Let us have a look the different types of files supported in C++. C++ supports two types of files: text files and binary files. Generally, text files will have alphabets and digits and symbols. They are stored in ASCII format, and in text file, every line is terminated. Terminated means ended by the character EOL. EOL means end of line. As we know, in this world, the data is represented not only in characters and digits and symbols, There are many other forms in which the data is recorded or represented. The data is represented using image, audio, video, animation. The data which is recorded or represented in image, video, audio, they are represented using binary files. Binary files generally represent image, audio, video, etc. Whereas text file represents the ASCII characters, that is most of the characters which you see on the keyboard, alphabets, digits and symbols. So this is about the different types of files supported in C++. Now we will see how we can open a file from our C++ program. So before performing any input and output operation, the disk file has to be opened. Let us see how we can open a file. Opening a file for reading or input. As we know that IF stream, input file stream, helps us to read the data from a file. So FIN is a object created for input file stream. Dot open, I am opening a disk file that is in D drive and the name of the file is fees. Now the fees file is opened for input or read purpose. Let us see how we can open a file for outputting the data or writing the information. So let us see a file opening for output or writing. So let us see the example. OF stream FOUT. FOUT is the object created. FOUT.open. I am opening a file, that is fees file, which is stored in D drive for outputting the data. So FOUT is a output file stream object which refers to the fees file which is on the D drive, and that file is opened for writing or outputting. IF stream helps us to read or input. OF stream helps us to output or write. Now let us see how we can open a file for both input and output operations. As discussed file stream classes, we had discussed a class called FStream. IF stream helps for input file stream. OF stream helps to output the data to a file, that is output file stream. F stream helps us to perform both input and output operations on files. Let us have a look how we can create a file stream object. Syntax shows F stream followed by the object. Then in the next place we have to give object dot open, which is the file you want to open, followed by mode. So here you can see a new term called mode. Let us see what is mode, why it is used, what is the purpose of mode. What is file mode? So the file mode, it tells for what you are opening a file, for what purpose you are opening a file. If you are opening a file for input, you should give ios in. If you are opening a file to output the data, you will be using ios out. File mode describes the purpose for which the file is opened. As discussed earlier, IF stream refers to input file stream. OF stream refers to output file stream. When you give F stream, you can do both input and output operations. So you need to specify for the purpose for which the file has been opened. Let us have a look and see what are the different file modes supported in C++. iOS app, that is append. Append means if there is already data available, append will add to the data. iOS ATE at the end. That means the data will be written at the end of the file. Similarly, if you want to open a binary file generally refers to a image, audio, video or animation. So you can open that file using iOS binary. iOS in. This mode is used to open a file for input purpose. iOS no create. So if you don't specify no create, if the file you are trying to open does not exist, compiler will create a new file. If you don't want compiler to create a new file, you shall have to give no create. iOS no replace. So if we are trying to open a file and if that file does not exist, or the compiler should not replace or recreate that file. iOS out. This mode is used to open a file for output purpose. iOS trunk. Trunk is deleting. So it will open a file and delete whatever the contents exist in the file and the data is cleared. So let us see the different file modes that can be used along with the fstream object and how we can use the fstream object to open a file for various. In the example, we are opening a file ABC which is in D drive in the mode iOS in. That means ABC file is opened for input purpose. Similarly, the same file can be opened for output purpose. So by specifying the file mode iOS out. If a file is opened for performing both IO operation, that is input and output operation, both file modes can be specified, that is iOS in and then iOS out. As you can see in the example, the third example shows how a file can be opened for both input and output operation. iOS in will allow us to perform input operation. iOS out will allow us to perform output operation. Kindly have a look on the three examples. First, the file is opened for input. Second statement, the file is opened for output purpose. And in the third, the file is opened to perform both input and output operations. After performing all the input and output operations, it is our duty to close the opened file. In case if we do not close the opened file, the data might get corrupted. So it is always advisable to close the file whichever you are opening after you perform the input and output operations. So after performing all input and output operations, the disk file has to be closed. To close the opened file, we are using fclose. So syntax file object.fclose. So for example, file.fclose, if we give the opened file, whichever file you have opened, that will be closed. To open a disk file, we are using open function. To close a disk file which you have opened, we use fclose function. So this is about the data file handling session 1, where we studied about the files, how we can take the data from a file, how we can send the data to a file, how we can open a disk file, which are the various modes that can be used to open a file, how we can open the file in multiple modes, and how much it is required to close the open file after performing input and output operations. We shall continue the session of data file handling in the next coming days. Hope you will study this chapter and attend the test for 10 marks. Have a great day. God bless you. Thank you.